Hey guys, it's Liz Check again. Today we're going to get into lesson 2 of our section on executive powers. This lesson is on executive, prerogative, and inherent powers of the President of the United States. Our learning target is students will gain an understanding of the President's power by examining the Article 2, Section 1 of the United States Constitution. Now remember, the U.S. Constitution is the rule book of our nation, and so it's very important that we have a clear understanding of when we read it, how to interpret it. So here we go. Today you're going to start off with reading a primary source, and that is the section Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution. It is on your note sheet that you either made a copy of electronically or printed out. I want you to read the section of the Constitution. As this video, I want you to underline, I want you to highlight, I want you to circle the areas of the Constitution that describes the powers of the President of the United States. Now, this is a connection to previous lessons. What you're going to do is you're going to take those notes that you found in Article 2, Section 1 of the Constitution, and you are going to compare it to Article 1, Section 1 of the Constitution that you read about 2 weeks ago, using a Venn diagram provided for you on your note sheet. And those people that printed it off, it's going to be a lot easier for you just to put them in that Venn diagram. For those that are using the electronic, you might have to skip down and underneath that Venn diagram and just maybe make some type of column system to do this assignment. But I know you guys are creative enough to figure out on how to get this done. But use the Venn diagram to depict your similarities and differences between the two articles. So I want you to pause the video. I want you to take a good 10 to 15 minutes going over both of those articles and getting in it, diving in, and figure out what the similarities and differences are between those two articles of the Constitution. You might want to either look at the previous lesson that we talked about, Article 1, Section 1, or you might want to bring it up on the computer to do so. So get cracking. What is an executive prerogative? The president has constitutional authority to declare policy, take action, and make laws without Congress supporting it or in the face of inconsistent congressional legislation. Meaning the president has the power to, if the legislative body cannot agree, to kind of step in and do so. That is his prerogative as the President of the United States. What is inherent powers? Inherent powers are those powers held by the president that are not explicitly mentioned in the Constitution. For example, inherited powers allow the president to respond to a crisis. If an event happens, such as Abraham Lincoln's response to the Civil War, Franklin Delano Roosevelt's response to the Great Depression and World War II, and George Washington's response to the events of September 11th. Sometimes you don't have time to go through the right chain of command to get things done. That three branches of government. Sometimes the president just has to be the president in the time of crisis. And so the Constitution gives the president that power to do so. Now, they can't abuse the power. It has to be a crisis of some sort in place in order for a president to take those inherent powers. Now the critical thinking questions. These are two questions that I want you to put your thinking caps on and dig into your previous lessons on the executive branch and the current lessons this week on the executive branch and answer these two questions. Based upon the language in the Constitution, what are the executive branch's inherent powers? And what are some examples of the executive's prerogative powers? So you can use the internet to help with those questions if you would like, but I'm very interested in seeing your answers for those two. Now, everybody, I want you to make sure you stay safe, healthy, and remember, I love you.